pretend nothing happened and stay calm. Hey, guys.
Oh my goodness. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. This is Brandon coming to you with another episode of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. This one is really special because it is the last episode of Season 2. It's called The Last Day of School. I'm guessing they're going on to 8th grade in Season 3, and this is the last day of school. And if you remember from last week, they really left it on a cliffhanger. I've not seen this yet, obviously, and I'm wondering, what do they do? This is the last day of school, and they sort of left us on a cliff there with the Around the World night event that they had. It was really a funny episode, but they did really leave us on a cliffhanger. I see Krubs here in this random still frame. I didn't see him on the last episode, or any adult except for Gordy made a brief appearance, but I'm wondering what's going to happen here. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, especially if you enjoy tuning in every week for these episodes of Ned's and my reaction to them, please take a moment and click the button below to become a subscriber. I do appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into the episode.
It's the sweetest, most wonderful, hassle-free day of school.
Hassle-free. Okay, this is different. And what got me was Loomer was being his normal self, and then he suddenly totally not breaks character, but changes character and starts dancing and smiling. Not used to seeing old Loomer act like that, and then they're partying, which, you know, every year I've been a student or a teacher or an administrator, the last day of school definitely has a different feel to it. It is definitely different. It is still a day of school, but it is very different. I think everybody has to admit that. Let's see what angle Ned's takes on this.
A day students
Chop
and
Saw,
teachers look
Mr.
forward
Chop
to
Saw.
all year. It's the last day
What
of
kind of
school.
song this is. Okay. There's Ned.
Unless last night you accidentally kissed your best friend instead of the girl of your dreams, and you're afraid the last day of school might also be the last day of your life.
Yeah, and that's the cliffhanger that it ended on the previous episode, and didn't resolve it at all. It just sort of cut to black with him going to the bathroom there in the middle of the dance, or not the dance. It seemed like a dance, and they were dancing, but it was the Around the World night, which I talked all about that on the previous episode. I won't go into it again, but let's see what happens here with the last day of school. Oh boy. Yeah, because Crabgrass doesn't actually know what happened, I think. If you watch the very last scene of the previous episode, they all just sort of stand there and look at each other, and they don't really say anything, and so Crabgrass is none the wiser. She just thinks they had a good time and danced and whatever, and now they're at school the next day. This should be interesting here. Not a bad little song, I guess. The last day.
Now remember, the last day of school is also the last
They're
day
just
to
jumping around.
pick up
What are these extras doing? Usually they just tell them to, I guess, walk around in random areas, but they're just jumping around, jumping all over each other. Typically, that is not what happens on the last day of school. Now, is everybody pretty excited about that? Yes, absolutely. Do they just jump around randomly? I have not seen that before.
and take home your school art or science project.
True.
If you don't, you'll never see them.
Yeah, that is very true. I always love the tips. The tips are almost always spot on. He says, I think he was going to say, if you don't pick up your projects, you'll never see them again. That is mostly true, unless you have a teacher that knows you a lot and knows it's yours and knows that you intended to come get it but didn't. They may try and save it for you, but you have to keep in mind that teachers change around. Your teacher may decide to change jobs over the summer. That has happened. The teacher may be assigned to a different classroom next year, and someone just finds it and has to clean that room out and ends up throwing it away. Unless the teacher takes it home with them and then brings it to give to you, the custodial staff that are going to be deep cleaning the school may find that and throw it out. Unfortunately, that is very true there.
Make sure to clean out your locker, because if you don't take your stuff home, it will get donated.
Yeah, or thrown away. I mean, typically the school will keep a lost and found for stuff like that for a brief period of time, but eventually that stuff has to be thrown out or donated if it has some value or if it's like a clothing item or something. But a lot of this stuff I'm seeing would just be thrown out.
It's not the end of the day yet.
And remember, the last day of school is also your last chance to get your yearbook signed.
Yeah, very true. And a lot of schools will do most of that when the yearbooks come. You remember the yearbook episode, the one where Mose tried to sell the rights to the name of the school in order to make money for the yearbook, but typically a lot of it is done in the days following that day, which is typically toward the end of the year, but maybe not on the last day. But that is true. You see all your friends and stuff, and that is the last really good opportunity to get them to sign the yearbook.
Most important, don't let Susie and Mose talk until you figure the kiss thing out. No time talk. Get rid of Mose.
And I don't know what his solution is. He really just needs to be honest and say, hey, here's what happened. You're wearing the same thing. I mean, that's really his only option.
Dance the last day dance with me.
The last day dance.
Susie, hi.
Hey, Ned. I had a great time last night, considering what happened.
You know?
Yeah, Mose told me.
I'm so sorry.
About the
It was
food
an
thing.
accident. I really didn't mean to.
Ned, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Everyone gets the runs.
The runs? That's what Mose told you? That's what you were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, what'd you think I was talking about?
I'll see you later.
Uh-oh. Is this going to be a potential firing here? I'm not sure what just happened here. Maybe it's not a potential firing because he was trying to get the weasel. You would just call animal control. I mean, you wouldn't have the custodian do that. I'm going to wait and see before I say it's a potential firing. Let's keep going.
Weasel problem?
Oh, yeah! But that's it. This is also the Weasel's last day in school!
And that may not be a firing, but that's a conversation. If he's acting that crazy, that's a conversation behind closed doors. Like, hey, man, you need to get a grip. And by the way, we probably need to send you to the doctor for those scrapes and bruises and stuff. That's why you don't have custodians do that stuff. You just call animal control. If you really had an animal in there like that, you wouldn't send the custodian after it. But let's keep going.
You finally get a date with the girl of your dreams and you kiss Mose?
I know. But if Susie finds out, she'll never talk to me again.
But you have a plan.
He should not have that at school, by the way, or he needs to give it back to Mr. Chopsaw or whoever he took it from. I did see Mr. Chopsaw in that little intro. I'm wondering if he's going to make an appearance on this episode. I haven't seen him for quite a while.
But first I gotta return this to Woodshop.
What I tell you. Yeah, I'm like, I hope he got that from Woodshop. And taking tools from a class like that is a big deal, and that's why a lot of middle schools simply don't have a class like that that's going to use tools, or especially power tools. Now in high school you see that a bit more with either some sort of agriculture or construction program. I've dealt with both of those that both used some level of more dangerous tools, and there's a lot of safety training that takes place and maybe some signing of waivers or various agreements. But if you deliberately take something out of the classroom like that, that's a big deal. Even if it wasn't intentional, he just forgot, he's not going to be allowed to probably use that equipment from now on. What is this?
Let me get this straight. You're Tad Bigby, Ned's evil twin from Iceland.
What?
And it was you at the dance last night, not Ned?
Brilliant.
So this is what he went with. This is what he decided to do. No, Ned. That's a little too much.
No?
No. It's the most ridiculous idea you've ever come up with. All right. Cheese Pants was your worst. This is a close second.
Well, I'm a little freaked out about the whole Susie thing, and I can't think straight.
It was a complete accident, right?
Of course, totally accidental.
Then, as her future boyfriend, you should tell her what happened. Girls like honesty.
Then as her best friend, you should be honest and tell her that. So it's agreed. We say nothing.
Exactly.
That's funny. I thought she was going to crack there, but no, they're like, oh, so it's agreed. We don't do anything. That's pretty funny.
Pretend nothing happened and stay calm.
Hey, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Cookie, you must have some crazy cookie device that will help me destroy that weasel. Aha! Yeah, I'll shock him with the Wake Master
No.
helmet. Ooh, what's this?
All right, I'm going to call it. That's probably a potential firing at this point. First, it was sort of a discussion. If he's still going after the weasel like this and walking around looking like this in front of the kids and like shocking himself and trying to get Cookie to help him, that's a potential firing. Let's keep going.
Say hello to the tunnel bot. Help me dig the
Tunnelbot.
secret tunnel system.
How many times on this show have the characters dug tunnels through the wall and or ceiling and or ventilation ducts? I can think of at least 3 or 4 off the top of my head where someone's dug through the wall or dug a tunnel through the ground or through the ceiling. I think they've done that idea to death. They need to think of something else.
It will help me stop that weasel.
How?
Hey,
I don't see that working.
come back here, you dangerous, cowardly robot! I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, with my fists.
And if he's behaving like that, jumping around, screaming, landing on the floor, that's another potential firing. Let's keep going. And breaking the control to Cookie's device and having it go after students, it looks sort of dangerous. That's another potential firing. I think we're up to 3 at this point. Uh-oh.
Are you guys okay?
Fine, couldn't be better.
Kisses?
What?
We both got some kisses. Have one.
Poured them straight on the table with no wrapper and they're going to eat it like that? Like, what is Susie thinking here? I've never seen anybody do that. Let me know in the comments. Like, would you do that if she poured it straight on the table, no wrapper? Would you just pick it up and eat it? That is not normal at all. Oh, he ate it. I hope they sterilized it real good before eating off the table like that.
You took a kiss from Moe's, not me. It was an accident, okay? A total mistake.
It's a piece of chocolate.
Right.
Chocolate. 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 Oh.
Somebody!
My foot's on the PA button, isn't it?
What? Okay, I'm like, why is he sitting on his desk like that? I'm just going to wrap this into that third potential firing for letting this little robot loose or whatever it is. That's pretty crazy.
I should have known this evil robot belonged to you. Now get my helmet back or you're fired. But first, help me down.
Fire?
I'm scared.
Mr.
There we go. I knew somehow if he was in that intro that he would be featured in this episode. I have not seen Chop Saw in a long time. I think he was like the first teacher introduced in this entire series, but let's see what he does. I'm not used to him carrying a camera like this. I wonder what he's doing.
I'm
Is it her
submitting
locker?
photos of your locker to Woodshop magazine. With any luck, this could be the new cover.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, what's the matter,
Advice.
Jennifer?
Here we
You
go.
look like a dry-rotted 2x4.
Well,
Here's some advice. And, you know, depending on what she's going to ask, Chop Saw really has to be careful here because you can't give relationship advice. You just can't do it. Hopefully she doesn't put him in that position, but if she does, he really can't answer a question like that.
let's say a piece of balsa was supposed to be attached to a piece of spruce.
Okay, so she relates it to wood, which everything in his universe is sort of wood related. I'm not sure what kind of analogy she's going to create here, but I guess if he's thinking she's talking about the wood, like her locker door or whatever, then he's just going to answer in woodshop terms, and so I guess he's safe here. Let's see. Let's see what she actually says.
But the balsa wood accidentally kissed an oak. Should the balsa wood and the oak tell the spruce?
Well, that's a problem because, well, you see, trees don't talk.
I thought he was going to go into this deep explanation, but no, he's like, trees don't talk. Well, yeah, that's true.
Ned kissed me instead of Susie Crabgrass, who he was supposed to be on a date with.
Oh. Okay. Well, then the oak should tell the spruce the truth. Because if the spruce finds out what happened and that the oak didn't tell it, then the oak and the spruce will never be friends again.
Okay, so she actually asks what she wanted to ask, but he answers the wood question in a clever way that sort of tells her he probably got himself some plausible deniability there, but you really can't give that sort of advice to students. But let's see what happens next.
You're right, Mr. Chopsaw. Thanks.
Great. Because I have no idea what I just said.
There you go.
Oh, what is that stuff?
That's a potential firing. So he's dressing up in a weasel suit. Obviously, you can't do that. That's potential firing number 4. Let's keep going.
So should I tell Susie about the kiss?
Definitely. Because if she hears it from somebody else, the relationship is over.
Yep, another potential firing. You really can't get involved with that. I think we're up to 5 now. Let's keep going.
I have to tell Susie the truth. No, I want to tell her. No, I want to tell her.
What?
Susie!
What? So number 1, they're taking this way too far. And number 2, I bet this took quite a few takes to coordinate it like that. This is pretty funny.
Are you guys trying to tell me that you kissed her last night's dance?
You knew?
Jock told me. Anyways, I was trying to see if you would make a trustworthy boyfriend and if you would make a trustworthy friend. You passed.
We should have told you right away. The kiss was an accident.
I totally believe you. I'll call you tonight and I'll see you tomorrow.
Wow. I didn't expect that.
So you ready to start enjoying the last day of school?
Definitely.
And again, I'm just going to wrap this all up into that 3rd potential firing with the robot.
Come, Mr. Weasel. Come, join your friend the squirrel for a tasty bowl of Gordy's Gotcha Chow.
And this is another potential firing. I think this is number 6 here. You can't do anything close to this. And again, custodians should not be trying to trap animals. That's animal control. Let's keep going. What is that? What is he gonna do? Okay, he trapped him. He trapped the weasel.
I finally caught the weasel!
Oh no, it's gonna shred the net.
I'm gonna hate myself for this.
Oh, he's gonna set the weasel free.
Weasel, free yourself!
Trap him. He's gonna trap himself. Of course he is. He sets the weasel free, traps himself because he doesn't want to see the weasel harmed. I don't know what's going to happen to him here because now he's under the net. In the chipmunk costume, this is just too silly. Shreds his suit.
I'm all right.
I believe this belongs to you.
And you know, I've never seen quite that. I've seen a lesser version of that. In other words, when the bell rings on the last day of school, it isn't quite like a normal dismissal. Everybody is a little bit more excited to leave. I've never seen like the entire school run out like that. No, that would not be allowed to happen, but maybe a lesser version of that, sure. There they go.
We let one crazy kiss ruin our whole last day.
I know, it was totally accidental.
I could do it again and it wouldn't mean a thing.
I couldn't
Oh,
agree
no.
more. See nothing.
Yep, didn't feel a thing.
I can't wait till next year. It's the 8th grade, and who knows what could happen.
Okay, left on a bit of a cliffhanger here too, but not quite as bad as the previous episode. But obviously they knew they were making a season 3, and I can't wait for that. A lot of you have told me not anything specific about season 3, just that you're looking forward to it, and I am too. I cannot believe I'm finally at the 3rd season of Ned's Declassified, but here we are. This one was kind of an interesting one. A number of you have hinted at little things along the way, but thank you for not spoiling it. I don't think anybody left me any big spoilers in the comments. But that's the end of season 2. That's a wrap for season 2. I can't wait for the next episode, which will be episode 1 of season 3. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video and watching to the end of this series. If you missed any of my previous reactions to Ned's Declassified, they are all on a playlist, including this video, so you can go back to that playlist and watch any of the ones that you missed or wanted to rewatch. But next week we'll start in on season 3. I hope you join me for that, and I'll see you on the next video right here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.